I think the way to truly be authentic is through originality and individuality. If you don't love something that you're doing, you're never gonna be able to do it correctly. I have a past as a chef and restaurateur, a culinary personality, and now I'm the creator of Probably Nothing, the leading NFT educational brand. I'm a melting pot myself. I'm born and raised in Los Angeles. My mother's French and Caribbean, my dad's from Tunisia. I come from a Jewish family. So all those things combined actually reflect in my cuisine. I, growing up, was able to get inspired by so many different experiences and my roots to be able to create that. So individuality completely comes through in the food space. Against my mother's wishes, I started working in nightlife when I was 16. I ended up opening my first bar when I was 23 after working for a bunch of different nightlife venues. My second one when I was 24. What makes my places what they are is the context built around it. I think I tell the better story when it comes to food. How you sit, how high your chair is, the music you're listening to, the silver, the colors, the lighting, the music, every single part of that story is created. So by the time you come in, that experience is already created for you, as opposed to really just honing in on what the food's gonna be. So it's mixing design in properly with the right attention to detail. I've never been afraid to try. I opened a restaurant, I had no idea how to cook. I opened a bar, I didn't know how to make a cocktail. Like, if I want to do something, I just do it. I think that's definitely the secret ingredient. I love cars in general. I've always loved cars. What I love about the Slingshot is it's extremely therapeutic to drive. It really feels refreshing. It's very open. You're close to the ground. You're getting that thrill of driving in somewhat feels like a sports machine, but in a very soothing way. Like I'm very much in my own world when I drive it. You have the perfect balance of innovative design, risk-taking, making it untraditional, but it's still something that's practical. There are a lot of cars out there that really are about flashiness and drawing attention. The way it's designed feels authentic. It's not trying to be something that it's not. When you're driving the Slingshot, like you feel that energy, the vibration from the sound. It's the same thing with the restaurant. You need to feel that energy, that vibration. When people think about their favorite meals, they think about how they felt with the company they were with. I had sold all my restaurants late 2019, early 2020, so before the pandemic hit. And during the pandemic, I was at home like the rest of the world, looking online, really just being creative, no agenda, nothing specific, just exploring things. There was a spark in the NFT world very early on, but it was extremely small. It was mainly on Twitter. An NFT, for those who don't know, is a way of owning something online. That is an NFT. I really got into it accidentally. I grew into it as the movement grew as well, as more resources became available, more interest came into it where I was introducing new people to the space, whether it be celebrities or brands. As that progressed, I decided to start Probably Nothing to educate people about NFTs, Web3, and the metaverse. Being in the NFT space is definitely like being at the forefront of originality. Anytime I get to launch something, whether it be an NFT, a new restaurant opening, I think seeing people's reactions is extremely gratifying. What I loved about restaurants is like it's a product that you can see people enjoying the moment. The cool thing about NFTs is that, again, like restaurants, it's community driven. It's building community, building conversations on those communities like I did with restaurants. And now I'm getting the same feeling that I was getting in the restaurant space when we see NFTs, because I'm able to interact with people all over the world digitally, nonstop. There's a very personal connection. The venture that defines me the most, I would say, is Probably Nothing, my NFT Metaverse Web3 brand. People used to say that the internet is probably nothing. People say the NFTs are probably nothing. That's where that name comes from. It's not something you can ignore, that there's an economy being built in this world of creatives all around the world that are connecting. Like, you can't say that's probably nothing, but people said that about social media, and look where we are now. It's been extremely gratifying to be able to talk to people that are consuming what I'm creating, right? I had that with restaurants, be able to talk to my customers. I had that with NFTs, people from the community, being able to talk back and forth, sharing ideas. Everything around me inspires me. If I'm driving, sometimes I'll get inspired by a weird billboard or a building, and I'll take a picture and like use that color palette for something. I think it's important to me to inspire people because I think we all need inspiration. Sometimes you just need a little boost. You need a little like, oh, hey, take a look at this. Oh, now I'm inspired, and that really gives you that extra boost. It's like pumping the gas on something. It's like giving you that extra little speed to be able to get to where you need to be. I look at everyone's journey as completely personal. I think everyone has their own way of doing things. Everyone has their own path. Everyone's gonna carve their own path. There's no crossover. So in order to make your mark in that sense, you have to really just follow what feels right. It's your journey, your story, your point of view.